Hello and welcome to Hungary with Ticket to Ride, an EU member country of 10 million. She's an ex-Soviet satellite, surrounded on most sides by countries emerging from the dark days of communism. The exception is, of course, Austria, a modern European country to the immediate west and historically Hungary's mentor. The capital is Budapest, located fairly centrally east to west, but a little above the north-south centre line, on the river Danube, with the Hungarian breadbasket to the east. Just as with many European cities that we've visited, the most enjoyable arrivals are by water, and Budapest is no exception. This is easy, with a plethora of organised excursions available, from short cruises, starting at Bratislava or Vienna, to extended trips that can take a week or more, perhaps starting in Cologne and taking in the Rhine and the Main, together with the Danube and the Main-Danube Canal, the man-made waterway that links the two systems. If you want a quick entry, there's a hydrofoil from Vienna that departs May till October at 9 o'clock and arrives in the Hungarian capital at 14:30. But the more leisurely boat takes a day and a night, the night usually being spent at the quay at Bratislava. In fact, Bratislava is certainly worth a visit, regardless of your end destination. It has a delightful, compact and intimate city centre. And a wonderful tram system to help you get around. The initial run east from Bratislava is a little dull, but soon becomes interesting as the river begins to cut through the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains. By the time we get to Esztergom, a delightful town that we'll visit later by rail from Budapest, things are really looking up. The river continues through the gorge past Vats and eventually enters Budapest from the north. We shall be visiting some of these buildings later in the programme, but just for a moment, enjoy the river and its environs. This is the Széchenyi Chain Bridge, perhaps the best known structure in the city, and behind it the funicular. We'll be back. Arrivals by rail are usually over the Hungarian Ostbahn from Vienna, not a particularly scenic journey through the Danube floodplain, but quick and efficient, especially if one of the ÖBB's new railjet trains are used. The journey time, Vienna to Budapest, is about 3 hours, with some trains starting at Munich. The two largest stations in Budapest are both on the right bank of the city, the Pest side. Budapest Nyugati Pályaudvar, Budapest Western Railway Station, is used mostly for services arriving from the east and the north. The rail jets from Vienna, for instance, and other services from the west arrive at Budapest Keleti pályaudvar, Budapest East Railway Station. This is slightly confusing, but the reason for this mismatch of names is historic, as formerly the main line from Vienna ran north of the Danube through Vats.